started noticing small details, things that repeat across the different versions of my life. It's like each universe is just a slightly altered copy of the other. The same house, the same streets, the same conversations, but there are always differences, little things. Like the color of the couch, or the way the trees outside our window look in the fall. At first, I thought they were just coincidences, but now I'm not so sure. I'm starting to wonder if the dreams aren't just showing me alternate realities. They're showing me our future. I can't explain it, but I feel like I'm moving closer to something. Every time I dream, I'm one step closer to the end. To the moment when the two worlds will finally collide, and I'll have to face the reality I've been trying to avoid. Journal entry May 9th. It happened again. This time, it was Nathan. We were driving home from soccer practice. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the road. Nathan was sitting in the passenger seat, laughing at something on the radio. I was trying to focus, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was about to go wrong. The air felt heavy, thick with tension. Then it happened. A car swerved into our lane, headlights blinding me. I tried to brake, but it was too late. The impact was so sudden, so violent, that I barely had time to register what was happening. I heard Nathan scream, and then everything went black. When I woke up, I was still behind the wheel, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly my knuckles were white. Nathan was gone. I looked to my right, half expecting to see his body lying on the ground. But there was nothing, just an empty seat. I called his name over and over, but he didn't answer. I don't know how long I sat there, staring at the empty space where he should have been, before I finally realized the truth. It wasn't a dream. I was still in the car, still driving. Nathan wasn't gone. He was still sitting next to me, alive. But the line between the dream and reality is so thin now. I'm terrified that one day I won't be able to tell the difference. Journal entry, May 12th. I've stopped leaving the house. It's the only place I feel safe, the only place where I can pretend that everything is normal. But even here, the dreams are creeping in. I can hear them, whispering to me in the quiet moments, reminding me of what's coming. The kids are restless. They don't understand why I won't let them go outside, why I keep the doors locked and the windows shut. Nathan is angry. Olivia is scared. The little ones don't say much, but I can see the confusion in their eyes. I want to tell them the truth. I want to explain that I'm trying to protect them, trying to keep them safe from a reality that I can't control. But how do you explain that to your children? How do you tell them that there are infinite versions of themselves, and in every one of those versions, they're dying? How do you tell them that soon it will be this world's turn? Journal entry, May 15th. I saw them, all of them, all at once. It was a dream, but it wasn't. I was standing in the living room, surrounded by versions of my children from other realities. They were all there. Nathan, Olivia, Sophie, Charlie, Rosie, Henry. But they weren't mine. Not the ones from my world. In this version, they were already dead. Nathan's eyes were hollow, his body broken from the car crash. Olivia's leg was twisted, bruised, and mangled. Sophie's face was pale, her mouth frozen in a silent scream. Charlie's skin was cold, his tiny hands limp at his sides. Rosie's hair was wet, her clothes clinging to her fragile frame as if she had just drowned. I tried to speak, to call out to them, but my voice wouldn't come. They stared at me, their eyes empty, soulless. And then, one by one, they began to vanish, slipping away like shadows fading into the night. When I woke up, I wasn't in bed. I was standing in the living room, the same spot I had been in during the dream. Journal entry, May 17th. It's happening. The worlds are merging. I can see it in the way the light bends, in the way the air feels too thick children, I see the echoes of their other selves. The ones who have already died. The ones who are waiting for their turn. I'm trying to hold on, trying to keep them close, but it's slipping. Everything is slipping. Journal entry. May 20th, I don't know how much longer we have. Last night, I dreamed that I was standing in a room full of doors. Each door led to a different version of our lives. I opened one and saw Rosie drowning. I opened another and saw Olivia being hit by the car. Each door led to a different nightmare, a different death. But then I saw it. The door at the end of the hall. It was closed, locked, but I knew what was behind it. This world, the one we're living in now, I didn't open it. I couldn't, but I know what's coming. Journal entry, May 23rd. The dreams are real. I can't deny it anymore. The bruises, the scratches, the flickers of other realities. They're not just dreams. They're glimpses of what's to come. I don't know if I'll be able to protect them when the time comes. I don't know if I'll be able to stop it, but I have to try. Journal entry, May 30th. The house is quiet. It's late, and the kids are finally asleep. I wish I could say that gives me comfort, but it doesn't. I know what's waiting for us on the other side of sleep. Tonight, I watched Rosie climb into bed, her little face flushed with exhaustion. She smiled at me, a small, tired smile that barely reached her eyes. I kissed her forehead, whispered goodnight, but deep down, I knew it wasn't enough. I can't protect them. Not anymore. I've been lying to myself, pretending that I have control, that I can keep them safe if I just try hard enough. But the truth is, I never had control. This curse, it's bigger than me, bigger than all of us. I think it's already started. The merging, I mean. It's hard to explain, but I can feel it. The air feels wrong, like it's charged with something I can't see. And when I look at my children, I see their other selves, the ones who have already died, flickering in and out of existence. It's subtle, barely noticeable, but it's there. The lines are blurring. Journal entry, June 1st. It's happening faster now. The shifts between realities. Last night, I woke up and found myself standing in the hallway again, just like before. But this time, I wasn't alone. Sophie was there, standing in the doorway to her room, staring at me with wide, frightened eyes. I had the dream again, she whispered, the one with the slide. I reached for her, but my hand passed right through her, just like in the dreams. I blinked, and she was gone. I don't know if I'm still dreaming or if I'm awake anymore. I don't know if it even matters. The worlds are folding in on each other, and soon there won't be any difference between them. Journal entry, June 4th. I heard Nathan talking in his sleep last night. He was whispering something I couldn't make out at first, but when I got closer, I realized he was calling out for me. His voice was soft, trembling with fear. "Mom, help me, please." I reached for him, but when my hand touched his arm, he vanished, just like before. When I turned to leave his room, I saw my reflection in the mirror. But it wasn't just me staring back. It was all of us. Me, Nathan, Olivia, Sophie, Charlie, Rosie, Henry, all of us, from every possible version of our lives, trapped in that mirror, waiting for the end. Journal entry, June 6th. This will be my last entry. I don't know if anyone will ever read this, or if it even matters, but I need to write it down, if only to make sense of what's happening. The worlds are collapsing, merging into one. I can feel it in my bones, in the way the air hums with energy. I don't know what will happen when it's all over, but I know one thing for certain. We can't escape it. Every version of us, every possible reality, is converging into one single moment, one single inevitable outcome. I don't know if we'll survive. I've been feeling for months. I could see it then, the flickers of their other lives, of the versions of them that had already died. It was like looking through a broken mirror, shards of different realities bleeding into each other. I sat down with them, and for the first time in a long time, I felt calm. There's no more running, no more hiding. Whatever's coming, it's here now. We're ready.